Not without action, controversy, drama. We're loving it. Round 3, heat number 3 in the water right now. Filipe Toledo versus Michel Bourez. Aerials versus power. We're gonna start it with the air game. It's Toledo, currently fighting to get back in that world title talk. That wave is not gonna help him.
This is pretty classic, and can Michel Bourez regroup?
Well, he really dodged a bullet right there in his previous heat. Of course, go back to the tape, expect Toledo to catch a bunch of waves. And here he goes immediately into it. Speed float, trying to get around a big section. A late attempt at a foam ball climb. Again, surfing, this is the only sport in the world where you will hear foam ball come into the conversation.
Yeah.
Foam.
But when you started the year, did you think you would be doing as well as you are now?
So I just do my best in every heat, and my family stay in Brazil to all the support and my sponsor, and I just feel the moment, and yeah, that's it.
What Toledo's looking for. But this wave all turns, so I like the decisions that Toledo's making.
Yeah, we really everyone gets caught up in how, mesmerizing his air game is, but we forget how quick he is on the rail.
Well, this is live. Now this is the opposite style, the power game. Heavily weighted in the court of Bourez. A nice big power turns in the pocket. Tries to chuck the tail at the end and cannot get back up from that layback. So a little bit of a mistake towards the end of that wave for Bourez. He'll get right back out there. Toledo has already surfed 3 waves. Bourez with his second wave, so 22 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Here's Bourez.
And, Michel and Filipe, for that matter, they're going to surf what's in front of them. Sure, they have their go-to kind of handiwork. Michel Bourez knows that he can really expose Filipe with that power. But at the same time, you need to surf the wave accordingly. And if the wave doesn't produce a really good section for a hack, go ahead and let the fins free. And that's exactly what he did here. Those sections provided a nice little coping ramp there, so he busted his tail. Michel Bourez, he's also pretty good in the air. We always talk about how he rips into those power moves, but he's got some tricks as well. But you can see a little sloppy there, just not really connecting with those maneuvers, so it's going to be a small score. Filipe definitely drawing first blood, kind of making this wave count. Again, surfing what's in front of him. That wave prior, the score is still waiting to drop, but he landed all his moves. It's not going to be a giant score, but he's the first to kind of put a number on the board. He's under the water.
I was under the water, get himself that 3rd WCT win.
Well, these guys are right behind you, Strider, very close. Maybe you could give us a rundown of the action right here with Toledo.
Wow, these guys are so close, you can watch the fins fly out the back. Here we go, looking for the air, bam! Blows the patient all the way through. Are you kidding me? Nose picked out. I could see that from the back, the entire board above the water from the backside, then the nose pick, that was incredible.
Cheeky little airs, they're big, and for him to have that high of a percentage of a make for big aerials, that's what makes him the best in small waves. You can see Filipe, when he winds up, he doesn't really go to the bottom. A lot of traditional surfers, they'll ride high, scoot down with all that speed and go for a traditional bottom turn, but you can see he's constantly weaving back and forth mid-face. And the advantage that he has by kind of having that weave, that pump that's in the middle of the wave, is he can hit that ramp kind of horizontally. He doesn't want to hit it like an off the lip from the bottom to the top vertically. That's kind of like a 90s air where you hit it and you're kind of doing a wheelie in the air.
The amplitude that he gets while he's free surfing, you give him a couple extra chances and his airs are just going to be a little bit higher, a little bit gnarlier. But now, that was in his round 2 heat. That's why he is going up against Michel Bourez right now. Here goes Bourez. Nice opening turn. Straight into that bottom turn, goes vertical, throws the tail just a little bit to get the judge's attention. Now he's waiting for this thing to form up through this inside section. Goes for the air. It was small, but I like it. Bourez, he's mixing it up. And right behind him, Toledo. We'll see, there's the coil. Boom, goes for that massive frontside ollie. Blast the tail right out of it. And nobody does it better than that. We're talking kind of air-to-air combo. bottom turn right into a reverse.
Yeah, that was crazy how seamless that was. But first up, Michel Bourez, he really kind of clicked on all cylinders in this wave. Power hack to that nose pick, so a nice vertical turn. Now he's just kind of biding his time. This wave got really frothy and small, but I like the control there, just showing, even though it's a tiny air, you know, you never know. At the end of the day, that might squeeze out another half a point. That could make the difference. So Michel looking pretty sharp on that surfboard.
It's a confident way to end the wave, you know? One little kind of soft snap might not have gotten the judge's attention, but I like the way he finished.
We talk about speed, power, flow. For Filipe, it's speed, freak, flow. I mean, he's just so freaky. Watch this pop, and you mentioned it, Chris. How clean was that? No grab, straight into this tail click, into the reverse. So, I mean, those are the kind of maneuvers you should be able to link together that smooth if they're off the lips. But
going down earlier this morning, which, man, that was a shocker, but here we go. Trying to dodge the upset is Filipe Toledo. He is speeding down the line. What's he got? Boom, full 540, straight back into it. Toledo now looking like he is ready to just put the nail in the coffin with a long time to go. And Bourez, no doubt hearing the cheers coming from the beach, knows he's got to just hammer down to keep up with Toledo, who's no doubt going to be jumping out into a bit more of a lead after that last wave. There you see the stall. Bourez thinking air. Bam! Almost completing it, but man, I like what he's thinking right now.
so we were pretty darn mesmerized by Filipe and all the speed, but a much bigger wave here, which suits Michel Bourez, a powerful surfer. You know, you think about this guy in a wave like Haliva, it's just a recipe for disaster. A couple of nice turns there. Look at that rebound, showing some whip. Again, that board looking really spicy for Michel. So I like that he's kind of reading this end bowl. Got a nice little pop out of that air, but couldn't finish it.
Oh man, I would have loved to have seen the score had he made that air.
Here we go, Chris. Look at this tiny wave here. I couldn't help but to be laughing while you're calling this thing live. I mean, it's just a joke. That was a complete full rotation in the air. I mean, that just hasn't been done yet so far in this event. And that whip right there, that carve, so speedy, really quick. That board, again, he needs to put that thing in a oxygen tank after this. It looks so good. We keep saying that. I'm not sure it even matters. You know, the sharp eye, again, providing great equipment for Filipe, but there's that full rotation.
Filipe Toledo just now dropping a 9.77. As close to a 10 as we've seen so far. Still only 110. Toledo. What more would he have to have done to get that nod?
On a 3-foot wave, surfing that's being produced when you change locations. You know, when we're at Chopu, we're just looking for someone like Filipe to grind out a decent result. We go to lowers, he's literally making people look silly. I mean, that is a small wave at best out here, and he almost got a 10-point ride. And you're going to be pretty hard-pressed to find anyone disagree with that score. Michel sees something.
Yeah, Toledo had priority, but he gives this one to Bourez, not thinking that that's the wave that would offer him a 9.77, and that was a great assumption by Filipe, letting that one go. And here we go, Filipe has priority.
Those fins, he just absolutely greased it, and then he goes into a really nice whip. Watch his carve. I mean, that was really top-notch. I know it wasn't like a crazy power hack, but the speed you can't deny.
Well, just as we were watching the replay, pretty much did the exact same thing live. You know, that's one of the first times I've seen Filipe fall on an air on that live wave we just saw. But, I mean, you look at his scores right now. He started with a 3, got a 1, then he's turned it on, 5.5, 5.7. Then he really started to put the hammer down, 7.5. Of course, the 9.77 that was definitely heard around the surfing world. Incredible.
Wow, so pretty good solid power layback snap there from Filipe. And realizing that wave was going to close out, so he went for an exciting move, a little rail grab rotation. Couldn't stick it though, that wave was pretty tricky, high tide on the rocks.
The size-wise between these guys, it would be easy to be intimidated, but this guy on the screen right now, no intimidation whatsoever. He made that look all too easy. So Filipe Toledo, as most of us would expect, has made short work out of Bourez. So 30 minutes up, 30 minutes out. Toledo moves through into round 4. We'll be back.